Hey everybody, welcome back. David Eon here with some more pickups, antique mall, flea market style pickups, and these in particular come from an antique mall. And I've talked about it before. Nowadays, it's harder and harder to find anything halfway decent or decently priced at a flea market, at an antique mall, at a yard sale, at a thrift store, things like that. It's damn near impossible nowadays because everybody's an expert and they all run to eBay and find the most expensive version of whatever they're looking for, and that must be the price, right? But every once in a while you can score. You can score. And these came from an antique mall, and I bundled them together, and they essentially cost me $11 for the whole stack. You know, I don't normally talk about prices, but in this format I will, because I'm not trying to be discouraging. I want you to be able to still go out there and feel like you can find something, yard sale, flea market, you know, whatever, thrift store, even though it's gotten very difficult in recent years. Let's just put it that way. So this stack cost me $11. Some great old books and magazines and other paper paraphernalia here. So taking a look, the official, here it is, early Overstreet, right? 4th edition, original price $9.95. The 1981 guide. I just thought this would be really interesting for historic value to flip through and just see what they regarded the prices to be at that time. What did they think these were worth? Keeping in mind, of course, that in the early days of this guide, people thought these guys were insane. They were like, there's no way anybody would pay that much for these. Well, surprise. I also picked this up, and this is the 1988 edition, I believe, Overstreet number 19. And I grabbed this one because this is the first Overstreet that I had. When I first bought an Overstreet, this was it. So I saw it, and again, like I said, I only paid $11 for the entire stack bundled together. Mimi by Whitman. And Mimi, the book looks like Kitty was walking on it because you got all these little discolorations. Most of that should clean off. But this is a first print, I believe, 1958, and it's in really, really nice shape. And anytime I can find a vintage children's book that is in good condition for a decent price, I'll grab it. There's actually a lot of nostalgia in these vintage children's books that I think is often overlooked, and many of them are not that expensive. They're really not. This is a jumbo postcard of the Monkees, and no, those are not authentic autographs. Those are printed autographs. Postcard of the Monkees from, and I'll cover up because the address label is still on there. I know it doesn't matter now because this was mailed in the 60s, but this is from their fan club. Basically, they wrote, whoever this was wrote a letter to the Monkees, and they sent this postcard basically saying, yeah, we don't have time to bother answering your letter, but if you want to join the fan club, it'll cost you $1.50. Basically, that's what this is. But still, nice piece of pop culture there. More postcards. Haha, yeah. John F. Kennedy gravesite. See, giant postcard. Not ever used. That is, what, the UN building? Is that right? Yeah, United Nations headquarters. Unused. And these are old. This, like, 1964 is the copyright there. Somebody must have gone to New York. Empire State Building, day and night, or night-ish. Unused postcards, also from the 60s. Really decent shape on these. a pamphlet from the Jefferson Memorial. Really nice edition again. And this is from 1962. And one from the Lincoln Memorial to complete the pair. Little pamphlet here talking about the Lincoln Memorial. Now this is World Book Magazine. Price $1. Wow, that's expensive for the time period. Because this is copyright 1960. So $1 for this in 1960. But you get a lot in here. Some of you might remember World Book Magazine. I had a subscription to it in the 80s. Right? Yeah, early 80s I had a subscription to World Book Magazine. It was a lot different then. This looks like it's a lot more cognitive than the one that I grew up with, that was more like a traditional magazine than this. It looks unused, and it's in really decent shape. And, you know, I'll grab vintage magazines if I can find them. Could add some camping tips. A lot of puzzles and thought games and trivia stuff in here. Look at that, identifying leaves. Childcraft magazine. Kind of on the same format as we just saw with the World Book magazine here. And this is 1954. This is a 1954 edition. This kind of reminds me of Highlights magazines as well. You see a lot of the same formats. Oh, somebody's got a card in here. Look at that. A little bit of history hidden between the pages. This looks unused as well. I don't see anything filled out. Now we get into some meat. Look at this. 16 magazine. There's two of them. It's the February and the April issues. Both issues featuring the Monkees. There they are again. It's the scoop on the Monkees. I believe these are 1967. Oh, look at this. More simulated autographs. Somebody was a Monkees fan. Yeah, 1967, Volume 8, Number 9, February. Mike Nesbitt speaks out. Sonny and Cher. Wow. Paul Revere and the Raiders. The Beatles and me. There's some neat stuff. This is in pretty decent shape too. It's off-white pages, but you know, fan club information. And that's Paul Revere and the Raiders, I believe, on the back cover there. And another one here, the April edition, 1967. Also in pretty decent shape, and another Monkees issue. Just basically a teen gossip magazine. Everything you ever wanted to know about this, Sonny and Cher again. They were pretty popular in the 60s. People don't realize also really how huge the Monkees were. It's a shame that the band couldn't keep it together, because they really blew an amazing opportunity. When they were at the height of their popularity and they had the TV show, which really is kind of the showcasing of the original music videos, if you will, if you remember the show. Nobody was doing that at the time. They were outselling the Beatles. at the height of their popularity, but they just couldn't keep it together, and they ended up blowing it. They blew their opportunity. It's a shame. And then ultimately, there's Paul Revere and the Raiders again. And I believe it was the drummer was Paul Revere, and that was his actual name. And we have this pinup, and it's too big to have come from a magazine. There's nothing on the back. I don't know what this pinup is from, but I just thought it was really interesting because you look at the groupings of celebrities here. I mean, you see the Beatles. You see there's Daniel McCullum, and Robert Vaughn is on here from Man from U.N.C.L.E. You know, there's the Rolling Stones. I think it's kind of funny. The autograph on the Rolling Stones, it just says the Rolling Stones. Who wrote that? Who signed this? I have no idea. I just thought the pinup was really interesting. Again, I'm not sure where this pinup came out of. But yeah, all this for 11 bucks, guys. So yeah, you can still find the deals. It's just rare anymore. It's rare anymore that you can find interesting stuff at, again, yard sales and flea markets and antique malls. Usually everything is overpriced. The prices are embarrassing. They're so high. What do you think, guys? Anything there catch your eye? Anything you would have gravitated to? Do you think I got a good deal? I think I got a good deal. I'm happy with it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. I hope that you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other content if you're new. I mean, we're all in nostalgia here, folks. We love that stuff. So if that's it, then what more can I say but thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.